sit back every week on every show and listen to Shane McMahon call himself the best in the world. And every time that happens, that makes me sick, makes me want to come out here and smash my head on this stupid table. You know what? Every time you call yourself the best in the world, that is an insult and a slap to the face to every single person in the back, in the locker room, who breaks their back week in, week out, on TV, on the road, around the world, to be WWE superstars. And it makes me sick. It makes me sick. It makes everybody sick. And you know what happens when you call yourself the best in the world? Everybody back there, including me, is thinking Shane McMahon can kiss my ass.
Hey folks, welcome to the SmackDown podcast. We've got the full crew back yet again. What's up, you guys?
Yay.
Oh, come on. A little bit of life from you fuckers. Come on, man. It's Kyle, Benji, and Rob Rude, man, delivering the SmackDown. The hell of an awesome SmackDown that we had. I'm going to say it right now.
We had some life last episode, and you told us we're not allowed to. Just saying.
We had what?
We had some life last episode. You're like, guys, stop talking like that. Yeah.
Well, there's life, and then there's being way racy. Oh my god, man! No, last episode was off the rails, you guys.
Which everyone should check out. Check out last episode.
Oh, absolutely! If you haven't seen our Raw episode, go ahead and check it out, man. It's definitely the most vulgar one, I gotta say, that we've had since our debut of the show. But once again, we are the SmackDown podcast. We are your three co-hosts: Kyle, Benji, Rob Rude.
What up?
Hey. Rob's somewhere. He's somewhere on Twitter, probably.
I was looking at my notes.
I had a feeling. We cover all your main WWE shows: Raw, SmackDown, NXT, 205 Live. We do some other shows like their pay-per-views, the NXT takeovers. Every now and then we cover AEW.
AEW.
Pretty much Benji just hits us up. Is like, hey, you guys want to cover this? And then we just figure out if we got time. But today we're covering SmackDown, a good SmackDown in my opinion. We'll get into it in a moment. If you're joining us on YouTube, thank you very much. If you want to look us up on YouTube, just type in the search bar, SmackDown Podcast, 3 words. Go ahead while you're there. Please give us a like and a subscribe. Most importantly, the subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers so we can get that custom URL. That would be nice. That would be nice. Tell people to stop looking for us in the search bar and just let them know the web address to go to, you know? But if you are into the audio realm of things, you can find us at on Podbeam at smackdrawpod.podbeam.com, and we're even on Spotify. Rob, I'm going to have to hit you up and figure out if you know how to get us on Google Play and iTunes. I think
since I pretty much handed everything over to you, go on the Podbean, and it tells you how to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
I started doing it, but like it takes like it's not coding, but like it gives you a layout, bro. What you got to type where, and I screwed it up, so I gave up. Go on there, you'll figure it out.
It's funny is I've taken over the producer role, yet anytime I try to hop on Podbean and alter stuff, it's got to send freaking verification codes to your phone.
Hey Rob,
hey Rob, can you click yes on the verification that this is
Rob 43, Rob 43.
I haven't told you, Benji, but yeah, anytime I try to do stuff for our show, I got to get Rob's okay first. It's ass backwards.
Here's to Google though, man. Google's on point. Like alarms go off.
Yeah. And knock on wood, I think they trust my PC now. I think they trust me, but we'll see. If you guys want to interact with us, we are all 3 active on Twitter. We love hanging out, talking to you guys. Of course, you can also leave a comment in the YouTube shows. I'll hit you up in the comments too as well. We'd love to see you there. But on Twitter, you can hit the show up at SmackDown Pod. Myself, I am at TheKyTyShow. And then, of course, Rob and Benji here would love to tell you guys where you can find them.
I'm at 2 words, can't see me. Just see the big picture of Lacey Evans connecting Becky Lynch's jaw with the women's right. That's me.
Nasty, man.
You can find me at Calavera Comedy on Twitter, Tumblr, LinkedIn, MySpace, Facebook, Instagram.
Now, I have to ask you, because you're a funny guy, Benji, so I never know if you're serious or not. Do you really have a MySpace?
No, I don't.
Okay, yes. I've been meaning to ask you that for a while. But yeah, you guys...
No, but you can find me on all platforms. Hit me up. You want to talk about the show? You want to talk about anything? You want to talk about life? Go ahead, hit me up.
Yeah, man, Benji's always offering life advice on our 205 Live and NXT shows. Benji is actually quite insightful, Rob. If you give it a listen, man. He's like a little wrestling guru. He'll tell you about what wrestlers to watch on the up and up, and then also how to maybe relieve stress and live a fulfilling life.
I will. Thank you for the plug, and I'm glad that we could find this moment of zen in such a trying time of wild cards and Shane McMahon's running everywhere.
Shane McMahon.
You can't even get
Anybody else out there hear birds chirping right now?
You can't get to a show. You're just coming to a show to wrestle peacefully, and all of a sudden you're attacked by a wild Kevin Owens. Why are you trying to do an interview? What's up with that?
What an awesome segue into the opening of SmackDown Live. We open up to a Dolph Ziggler being interviewed before the show out in the parking lot. While he's giving his generic interview, Kevin Owens pulls up in his rent-a-car, honking his horn, like heckling him.
Blaring on the horn. Oh, I loved it.
So good, man. Oh my god. They start jawing at each other. My favorite thing was, I know Benji, you caught this, was the Sang brothers in the background watching the arguing go on. It culminates to a brawl between KO and Dolph Ziggler. Ultimately is broken up by a variation of superstars, referees, Shane McMahon. Shane kicks Kevin Owens out of SmackDown. Like that. Before the show even begins. Kevin Owens, go home. Get out of here. We would learn, though, that Kevin Owens would not go home. Kevin Owens would not get out of here.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens came in his car. They fought, whatever. They pushed him away. Shane McMahon is telling him to go away, go home, or whatever. He's telling him to go home as they're pushing him away from his car. Did anyone else catch that? Or is it just me?
I didn't until you said it now, and now I was like, yeah.
Go away. It's like he's walking to his car.
Shane, you're in the fucking way. Get out of the way of my car. Oh, damn, I didn't catch that, man. I didn't catch that. That was good, man. That was good. Cut to a backstage interview now that the show is going on. Shane McMahon has now successfully canceled the main event between Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens. And they ask him, Shane, so what's our main event going to be? Shane says he'll think one up. I thought that was going to be more intriguing than it was, because it was kind of revealed really early on what it was, and it fell flat as a wet fart, if you ask me.
Yes.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
But don't let that detract you from how great the show was, because
the main event answer missed some TV time, so they had to make up for it.
yeah, man. So what did y'all think about what is early being referred to as the modern pipe bomb given by Kevin Owens, because he interrupts the show's intro just mid generic promos of the upcoming matches, just your standard run-of-the-mill SmackDown opening. Kevin Owens says, fuck that, I've got some problems, and he goes off, dude.
He went ham.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, dude, I was so happy. I was like, Kevin Owens, you are the voice of the voiceless, man. CM Punk, who? Like, fuck, man.
Yes. And he came out.
What's that, Benji?
What was that?
As a Chicago guy, I cannot stand to listen to CM Punk slander.
Sorry.
Okay, just because it's on the subject, it's in a later note. Somebody had a CM quitter sign tonight, and that was one of the best things. Because you mentioned it last show, Benji, that I love my chants. I do love my chants. I also love signs. I also love a well-put sign, and it said CM quitter. I thought that was absolutely
getting it
amazing.
from all sides.
Now, back to Kevin Owens. He my man basically said, Shane, why do you have TV time when you have, and he basically labeled off the entire line chasing R-Truth and Maverick for the title.
Yeah.
When they don't get TV time.
Who all did he name drop? Like AOP, Asuka,
Kairi Sane,
Kyrie Sane, Jinder Mahal, like all the guys chasing R-Truth, which was so valid. But why would they script that in there when they know that that's a problem? Why would they script it in when he says? Unless this was a true pipe bomb.
Well, no, I think
real?
Personally, I saw on Twitter they were debating whether or not it was planned or not. Of course, this was planned. I think that every now and then WWE likes to acknowledge the grievances of the fans and of the internet because it gives the illusion that they're listening to you and they care what you think. But besides me kind of being condescending towards that, this was awesome. Like, Kevin Owens came out, he was irate. I loved the impromptu, his mic getting cut and him just grabbing another fucking mic and just be like,
and then he ended up grabbing the announcer's headset.
He took Byron Saxton's headset to make sure he cut Erd, man. Oh my god. And he's wearing a crew shirt. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see that he's not even wearing his gear. It looks and feels gritty and real, and in the last 2 weeks, he has gone off. Like, that's his new thing. If you're wondering if this dude's a face, you don't have to wonder anymore. Like, his new gimmick is just shouting. Just shouting and screaming about what everyone is pissed off about the product, man. And being the new voice of the voiceless. I'm not even trying to take a dig at CM Punk, but I can't think of any other way to describe him.
Well, even to this day, everything CM Punk said has been true. Like, nothing's really changed.
Yeah.
And so you had Kevin Owens out here talking about Liv Morgan, Buddy Murphy, Kairi Sane, Asuka, Ali, Andrade, Apollo, Chad Gabriel, Shelton Benjamin, all these people that you don't see just because we got Shane McMahon.
Because we got Shane on our
TV time, and nobody wants to fucking see him.
Speaking of pipe bomb, shout to John Cena for having to play fake dad in the ring for that long. Like, nothing was going on.
During the actual pipe bomb?
Yes.
Yeah, he corpsed for a while during that. It's a little off subject, but that's...
I mean, every time I see pipe bomb, I think of John Cena laying there. Because I didn't see it happen. I wasn't around. I seen highlights. I didn't even hear the whole pipe bomb. But what I noticed was John Cena in the ring. I didn't even see CM Punk. I seen John Cena having to fake it. Like, God damn.
So Benji, I'll ask you, man. Did the Kevin Owens segment here, did it move you? Were you happy?
Dude, I was with it all the way.
Yeah.
Everything was saying, it was like, this is what everybody's been talking about on wrestling Twitter forever. Nobody wants to see Shane McMahon on the TV. Just let it go, man. Let it go. So we have all these wrestlers that haven't done shit, and they can do so much if you just give them a damn opportunity. Give them at least 5 minutes. Let them do something. We don't need to have Shane McMahon in a feud with The Miz, Roman Reigns, The Undertaker, and now Kevin Owens. That's 4 people he's feuding with. Then throw Cedric Alexander randomly.
Oh my god, I know, man.
5 people, and this guy's carrying feuds on Raw and SmackDown. Like, we don't need to see this guy. He needs to go jump off a helicopter. I don't know. Just
it is
get off my TV.
Surreal. I can't recall the last time that I've seen anybody wrapped up in so many simultaneous feuds. That they're just interject them. Like, okay, this week you're gonna carry on your feud with The Miz, and then tomorrow on SmackDown we're gonna go ahead and have you carry forward that feud you had going on with Roman, and then next week, we're gonna introduce a new person to the feud, and then on the SmackDown following that, we're gonna give you a stable. Like, I've never seen somebody that they just like, we're literally just gonna focus a third of the show around you, and not just one storyline, but multiple storylines. It's kind of surreal.
Triple H would like to have a word with you.
Triple H, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
During his reign of terror, man, come on, it was all about him.
Yeah, that's true. No, you're right.
But he at least can wrestle. It's entertaining, whatever. This guy cannot cut a promo to save his life. People losing the crowd left and right. People are chanting boring. It's just dead in the water. It's just like a dad trying to play cool, like It's just bad, dude. This guy's gotta go.
I know, man. It's almost as bad as being a champion and then getting pinned in a non-title match. You know.
Speaking of champions getting pinned in non-title matches and guys not getting TV time, what do we got next?
Thank you, Rob. Throwing me a bone there.
Finn Balor and Shinsuke
You
Nakamura.
guys,
Oh
Rob,
my
why were you
God,
shitting on this? I was stoked for
Finally.
this, man.
I wasn't fully shitting on this. Don't get me wrong at all. Neither of these guys do it for me.
Really?
Like I was just dropping jokes in the chat. Like I didn't mean
Well,
anything
they
by
got a
any
pill
of that
for
I said
that,
in the
Rob.
chat.
You know.
But neither of these guys do it for me. I mean, you know what else does it for me? The women's NXT title. But that's another day.
Oh my
That's another
God!
story.
No, let's leave that one alone, okay? Let's leave that alone.
You started it, bro.
Yeah.
But
You have a
I mean,
fight.
I don't know. Like, I see why people love Finn Balor. I really do. I see why people love Shinsuke. I really do. It's just not for me. I played daddy for this match. I really did. Like, I took care of some daddy stuff.
I'll say this, and I'll stand by it. I already told people,
I saw, man. You had that controversial take on Balor.
fuck Finn Balor. All right, it's over. Owning it, man. Like, he's just, I don't know, man. He was not what he was when he was in Japan, when he was in NXT. It's just all smiles, whatever. It's just, I don't see the passion. I don't see the fire. I don't see the fuego. I don't see anything from this guy. I just see him coming in, doing this, getting his shit in, and that's it. All right. And as you can see, when Nakamura came in, this guy came in hungry to prove a point, outshine Balor the whole entire match, hit all his offense like the King of Strong Style
Beat the
should.
piss out of him.
Man,
It wasn't even close.
nah, and it shouldn't ever be close. That freaking good, and it should to be for what they've done to him. I will never forgive WWE. I don't care. Fuck that. He deserves so much better than what he's been getting. No tag teams. No whatever Rusev, whatever. Nakamura's better than that. And
Yeah.
finally, even if it goes nowhere, finally he at least got a win. Finally, he's back where he's heading in the right direction where he needs to be, because he is too damn charismatic, too damn good to be playing second fiddle to anybody. I'm done.
So,
When I went to my house show in March and the New Day finally won me over, that's who they pinned. I just want to throw that out.
was Nakamura.
It was Nakamura. He
Yeah.
teamed with whoever the hell he was teaming with, and Rusev or whoever it was. It was
Yeah.
a three-way match between New Day, them guys, in the bar.
Damn shame.
That was good
This
time.
guy, this guy
That
could
was
have
good time.
easily been your top guy. All you had to do was let him do his thing. That's it. But no, you want to tinker with every little thing, and you have to feel like you got to change everything. And no, fuck that. This guy, he deserves a lot better.
No,
I'm just saying.
I think they both do, man. I really do. Like, for what you're saying for Nakamura, I kind of apply the same thing for Balor. Balor is just like one of those huge cases of what if, when he was given he's the first Universal Champion. You know what I mean? And had to relinquish it in 24 hours due to like the shoulder injury he received during his match with Seth Rollins. And ever since then, we never got the push that Balor initially received, because it wasn't just that one match. It was about a month or so leading up to that match, and then, because they were doing him right going into it. And then they just, when he got injured, I swear, I think it's just Vince. Vince was like, he already has a stigma about small people, guys that aren't like 6'5", and 260. And then, but he says he goes out on a whim and is like, you know what? Fine, I'll put this new championship on Balor. We'll give the people what they want. And then Balor is injured, and I think that was probably it in Vince's mind. It's like, yeah, no, never again. I'm never going against my judgment, because he really hasn't too much since then. I mean, there's a couple exceptions, Kofi Kingston, and Daniel Bryan again with the championship. But regardless, yeah, both these guys deserve better. Nakamura and Balor had their first time ever SmackDown Live match. I'm gonna ask Benji, have these guys? Have they crossed paths before?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you recall any matches specifically? Because WWE, they love to say first time a lot, even when it's not. So that was the first thing that stuck out to me. Was like, do
they
you
had
think?
an NXT match? I'm pretty sure they had an NXT match.
Yeah. I want to say Balor was out of NXT before Nakamura came in.
I think he came back for like an episode and they fought. They fought plenty.
You think?
But
So you think that they've had a match?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've had at least one match.
Okay.
But definitely the first time on SmackDown, and you guys might not like the champion being pinned or anything, but hey, he didn't have. It's on him to come in being Mr. Smiley Guy, trying to make.
I just want to stop you real fast and say I don't mind champions being pinned. I mind champions being pinned every episode that we watch. Yeah,
it's not like the Iconics. The Iconics have been eating pins ever since they got those belts, and now we're like months into a reign, and they've 8 more losses than they have wins.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. And then you always got somebody getting pinned that's holding the title. But when the belts are on the line, all of a sudden they whoop that ass, and there's no chance that they're going to lose the belt. That's my problem. I just wanted to say that.
I would like to see it lead to Nakamura getting that title off of Finn, and then them having a feud. This match did wonders for Nakamura. Like this is how Nakamura should have been presented from the get-go. The match was brutal. It showcased his offense, his relentlessness, his viciousness, everything. Nakamura hit his Kinshasa on the outside and then didn't even bother to throw Finn in. He was okay with Finn getting counted out, but Finn beat the count. So Nakamura dragged Finn back outside, was beating his ass some more, throwing him in the ring steps. Finn refuses to get counted out again, so Nakamura go ahead and hits the second Kinshasa for the win in a clean, like, I'm not gonna call it a squash match, but damn, that the ending of the match was one-sided, bad, and so Nakamura pins the current Intercontinental Champion, and I'm very intrigued to where this goes. I hope this leads to matches that we wanted out of Nakamura and AJ Styles. I hope this leads to that type of feud that doesn't result in fucking shots to the dick, okay? Like, as much as I am for a low blow, you know what I mean?
Oh, you love your low blows.
I love it, man. Like, we'll go back to that on another day. But
speaking of low blow, our next segment had a low blow in it.
Oh, yes, it did.
Yeah,
it sure did. And it was our girl Nikki Cross dropping low blows with words. If you'd like to take us into it.
Go ahead.
So we're gonna. It's such a damn. It's a loose ass segue. So I'm gonna.
I got bad, man. I gotta go.
Yeah, man. Okay, really quick. You're right, Rob. Dolph. Before we get to the Nikki Cross segment, you kind of just undercut 2 promos.
Well, they didn't make my notes, so obviously they're not worth it. Why?
Right,
Because Nikki
yeah.
Cross.
Really quick, Dolph and Shane are backstage. Dolph's complaining for Shane kicking out Kevin Owens. So Shane sets up the wet fart of a main event between Dolph Ziggler and Roman Reigns.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, with Shane at ringside with Elias and Drew McIntyre. Then we cut to Joe. I almost said Joe Rogan. Jesus, Samoa Joe cutting a promo backstage saying he sees what Kofi truly is. Just honestly generic hype for their Extreme Rules match. Then we get the women's contract signing between Nikki Cross and Bayley, and
Nikki Cross is just a better promo than last week, 100%.
Yeah, man, she's losing it though, bro, ain't she? She's like losing it. In there, man.
Losing it how?
I think like no, not losing it like the crowd, like mentally. Is becoming torn, you know, and I hope this leads to her like just snapping. I'm always a fan of someone just snapping, you know, and but yeah, it's
that's how to Rob alluded. Nikki Cross was dropping a lot of shade over here.
Yeah, on what Sasha Banks.
She legit told Bayley, "All your friends abandoned you." No, not all your friends. One friend.
That
just
one.
Saying.
Oh
just
yeah.
Saying. Like, that's straight up Sasha shade right there. I'm like, wow.
Oh man, but Bayley tries to extend an olive branch, and she was like, "Nikki, I know you're grown. You can do your own thing. are you really okay with helping someone else win a championship? That struck a chord with me, man. I was like, damn, that was deep. But Nikki Cross relents. She declares that her and Alexa will be SmackDown co-champions.
You said that in chat like 2 minutes before she did.
Yeah, I know. I called that, man. It was so weird.
So if you go back to Bayley's history, all the way back to NXT, she was very similar to how when Nikki Cross is following the footsteps, like the shadows of Sasha Banks and Charlotte, as they were winning, and she was just being basically used. So it's a lot of like history with this kind of storyline with Bayley. Seeing as now she's the champ, she's come all that way, and she sees what Nikki Cross is going through. It's a lot of what she went through in her path. If anyone didn't.
Wow, man, way to add to it.
My name's Benji. I'm an encyclopedia.
I was actually enthralled by that. Okay, you bastard.
Oh, valid. That's why I'm making fun of him, man.
No, it's history.
Just for the record, that's why Benji and I started talking. When I first made Wrestle Twitter, he's like, I'm going to make fun of this guy. I was like, I'm going to make fun of you back. And here we are.
Here we are, man.
Just saying.
Benji is a great addition to this show, man. You are the third leg in this table, okay?
It's not the weirdest thing I've ever been called. I'll take it.
Oh, man. This was the first contract signing, though, that I did not see someone go through a table. So both Nikki and Bayley signed the contract. It's weird that Alexa Bliss is the one in the championship match, but Nikki is signing the contract. That kind of was just funny to me, and in hindsight, I get it, but it is a little funny.
Which, valid question. If Alexa doesn't sign the contract, can she really be part of the match? Just by technical standard?
You know, you would think not, but then when you try to add logic to WWE, everything just falls apart, you know? So, that's what it is.
Logic.
After they sign the contract, Nikki tells Bayley to stay at ringside and watch her match with Carmella. Carmella comes out. They have an okay match, serviceable match, not pay-per-view quality. Nikki Cross ends up winning with the swinging neckbreaker, and that's it. I was expecting something to happen, you know, but that was it. Nikki won, and Bayley was cool with it. I guess that was it. Here we go. Divisive, I would say, this next segment, because I know me and Rob are on opposite sides of this, but we have the recap of the Kabuki Warriors, or the Kabuki Girls, as we like to call them, when they laid the challenge to the Iconics, that if they won their tag match in Japan, they would be given a title match. So we do see a highlight that, in fact, the Kabuki Girls did win that match against the Iconics. So fast forward to present day, we cut to backstage. We see the Kabuki Girls, Paige. We see the Iconics, and Paige is laying down the challenge. You know, let's have that match tonight. I'm cool with Paige being the mouthpiece at this point, because Paige is very talented and we got to use her. Rob, I think you feel something different about this.
I think Paige should get away from this as far away as she possibly can. It doesn't make any sense having her with these two girls. If you have somebody with these two girls, now I can't say who you would have in there with these two girls because they can't speak English. Okay, that's really good. They have to have a spokesperson. Why is it Paige? I mean, can they speak English? I'm not trying to throw shade. I mean, I don't think they can speak English, right? That's why you have Paige in there?
They can speak English just fine.
Okay, then why the hell is Paige in there? Then that makes my argument even more valid. Get Paige out of there. We don't need her. Like, plain and simple. I apologize. If anybody out there took offense, I apologize.
Rob is not a racist. I assume
they couldn't speak English. Not at all. None whatsoever. I thought they couldn't speak English. Plain and simple. Why is Paige in there? I thought that's why Paige was in there. Up until this point, I thought that was her purpose. Send her away. Send her away. You have no reason to... Man. If they can speak English, I want to hear them drop a promo. Let's do it.
Oh my god.
I think Paige is overrated. I'm gonna say it right now. I think Paige is overrated.
Wow, hot take. Bomb dropped. Oh
my god, I'm on Twitter and here's a video of Kevin Owens screaming at the camera. Oh, perfect moment, Kevin. You're great.
Jeez.
That's my problem with it, though. Why? What do you have to do with anything with these two girls? If they can speak English, boom, let them do it on their own.
I'll give you that. Benji.
It's more so a match.
Connect Paige to the Kabuki girls.
Okay.
Come on, Encyclopedia.
A lot of casual crowd do not know what Kairi's saying, and Asuka is her first time in the tag team here, so they know Paige, so it's a way for them to connect and ease them in to the mainstream audience that is the WWE universe, as they're not always as receptive to new crowds, especially what they would consider foreign wrestlers. They don't tend to be that receptive. History has shown that. Having Paige in there is someone they know, someone they relate to, someone they feel for, so therefore they'll get that rub off of her. Eventually after this, they'll break away, and then once they're comfortable, people are comfortable with them, once they've established themselves, then we'll see Paige take more and more steps back. She did the same thing with Absolution after her injury. After she was gone, she kept coming out, giving them the rub until they were able to find their own 2 feet, and then she, slowly faded away. Same thing with this.
Wonderful. Oh my god, I loved both sides of that, man.
She should have rubbed away a month ago. Come on. You're going to bring these girls out and you're going to have them on TV 3 times in 4 months.
That's not even her fault. That's just,
I'm not saying, okay, that's well and good. But, come on, man. I just dropped it. I think Paige is overrated. I really do. But I wasn't around when she did her thing, so there's a counter argument. Maybe
you did miss her entire WWE run. So
yes, I did.
And I'm not using that against you.
I have no connection with it. No, for sure. I mean, you're absolutely right. I might feel different if I had seen her. But again, my issue is that's another part of my issue is it's being dragged on so much. Like, I was an Iconics fan. I'm still an Iconics fan. I love my Iconics. But just get it over with. Make them lose the titles. It's going to happen now. It's not going to not happen. Just do it and get it over with.
It's like, please, for the love of God, just put them down. just
right,
put them down.
Get it over with.
They haven't done anything with the women's tag.
No,
that's my point exactly. Man. Like, when they first won the titles, like, I was still fairly new to the game.
Do you feel like that was the plan the whole time? So let's get off of the Page thing now, like, because I think, honestly, like, I want to thank both of you guys, because you really laid out, like, both sides of the argument perfectly. I don't think we can get much more out of that. So I kind of want to raise the question before we finish recapping the segment. Do you think that they had significant plans for those women's championship belts? Or was this always a thing? Just get a cheap moment at WrestleMania and then throw them away?
WWE has shown that they're all about the moments, all about those cheap moments at WrestleMania. We've seen it with that little kid that was with Strowman.
Yeah.
The belt.
Oh.
The John Cena marriage proposal thing, which ended in divorce.
Oh my god! Yeah, Rob, you saw that, right?
On YouTube, I seen highlights. Obviously, I wasn't around, but yes, I did see it.
They're all about those moments, and they don't, regardless if it makes sense with the show or not, they want those moments that they think people will remember, but most people don't remember the John Cena, Nikki Cross.
The only difference with this moment is they created championship titles.
Right.
And made a moment, and then, like, oh, damn.
But to be fair,
they still have this reminder.
Right. They did the same thing with Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, having them win the titles at WrestleMania and then never showing up on TV.
That's true.
The only time they showed up, they
the
lost
Raw
the
Tag Championships have been completely disregarded since the SmackDown Tag Championship. Out of all 3 main card tag titles, the SmackDown titles are the most relevant, and they're not even highlighting the fact that they're being defended. It's just because they're attached to Daniel Bryan's name.
Yes, I was just going to say that.
He won't give it up. He won't let it go.
And I do want to say that my wife absolutely hates Daniel Bryan. She hates everything about his existence.
It's a testament to how
reminded me
good he
that
is,
today. Oh man, she was on the couch with me. Like she watches once in a while with me. She pays attention a little bit, but she was on the couch and Daniel Bryan showed up on the screen. She's like, I can't stand his stupid face.
Jesus. Oh my god. Well,
So amazing. We were eating dinner the other day, and I was on Twitter, and I seen they announced the new figures. It's like the Usos and whoever they announced, and Daniel Bryan and I think AJ Styles is in a pairing or whoever it was. And I showed her the picture. I was like, I'm gonna buy all these. She goes, Daniel Bryan's not coming to my house.
oh my god.
He's doing his job. Now let's carry on. We were talking about the SmackDown titles, but I had to plug that. He's doing his job so well that my wife noticed.
Yeah, exactly. But
he got a decent promo in the next segment against the New Day.
But to wrap up what was going on with the Iconics and the Kabuki girls, when Paige lays down the challenge for tonight, apparently Billie Kay is sick with the
mad cow flu disease.
Mad cow bird flu. And yeah. So Paige, frustrated with their antics, slaps the taste out of Billie Kay. Ultimately, we're left with the match undetermined on when it will take place.
Undetermined. Again, undetermined. What are you doing? If you're making me mad, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong if you're making me mad.
You're upsetting Rob, the most easy to please guy.
Valid. Throw the Usos out there with some Usi cream and have the revival with itchy asses because of this cream. I'm happy. I'm laughing my ass off.
I wish I could forget that segment.
Oh my god! But you're. I was so happy. Oh my god, they're gonna be defended tonight. Cool. They're gonna lose the belts tonight. There's a pop. Let's do it. Okay, no, you're sick with the mad cow flu bird disease. Okay, valid. Extreme Rules. Nope, not even Extreme Rules. What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing, man?
When are you going to fight for these belts? Do something, get it over with. Win the belts, lose the belts, do something. Make me love my Iconics again. That's my problem.
Make
I have no reason to
Iconics
love them. What
great
are they doing? Their biggest highlight in the last month was the freaking Carfax commercial.
Yeah, that's true. Jesus, it really is, man. Well, let's go ahead and get off of that topic and try to transition to probably, in my opinion, the highlight of the night.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm not talking about the Roman backstage interview where they ask him, will tonight's main event impact his Extreme Rules? Because that was really generic. Although Roman did drop a rest in peace. That's the only reason why I'm putting it in the show. Because Roman literally said in a promo, rest in peace. And
I was on Twitter looking at my phone, and I looked up. I thought The Undertaker was on my screen. He did an excellent job at saying rest in peace.
Yeah.
I have to say that.
Okay.
It may not have been as good as I heard it to be. Okay. But like I literally looked up at my screen like, whoa, okay. Maybe it wasn't as good now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
It caught my ear, though. Because, I be watching and tweeting. I love my twits.
Yeah, you love your Twitter.
Twits.
Now, getting that out of the way, this was, besides the Kevin Owens thing, yes, this was so good. You had so many people that are excellent on the mic, back to back, deliver. I didn't even realize I wasn't watching wrestling. So what we had the New Day. So we're promoting the three-way tag match between the New Day, Xavier Woods and Big E versus Heavy Machinery versus the champions Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan, right? But we have just promo after promo, and they all flowed so well that even the weakest of this still sounded decent. We start off with the New Day's Big E and Xavier Woods in the ring. Big E cutting a promo saying that when he heard he was going to be in a three-way Sunday, he didn't realize it was part of a WWE match. But then he goes on to say that the silver lining is that everyone will have a chance to touch championship tips together. It was a reach, man, but it was. Xavier Woods was there selling it too. He was like, "Yeah, man, it's gonna be awesome."
We all know Xavier Woods can sell that kind of.
Oh my God, no, we're not getting on that. We're not getting on that.
People underrate how good Xavier Woods is on the mic.
Dude, Xavier Woods is a maestro. That if you're not gonna push him as a solid wrestler, make this dude someone's mouthpiece at some point, man. I want to see him as a great wrestler. I want to see him as the second coming
the
of
Kabuki
Kofi
Warriors
Kingston.
need a new mouthpiece.
Oh,
I'm at it.
We'll touch on that on another day, Rob. Okay.
But even as a wrestler, he's underrated. He's pretty good.
Yeah,
man.
dude. Yeah, I mean, he showed it off. I've watched his highlights like of Xavier Woods' best moves, and he's got some good stuff. I think it's kind of like in Raw's episode where I was talking about Carl Anderson.
Just a guy that hasn't had a chance to show what he can do.
What he can do, yeah, and give him that significant push because
Even
he's good.
Even in this, Heavy Machinery came out. They cut the promos too. They held their own with these guys.
Everybody, well, after Big E's part, you had Daniel Bryan cut him off, and essentially just go on to say that they're jokes, they're nonsense. The standard stuff, and just when you think it's gonna get like stale, Xavier chimes in, says he's done listening to Daniel Bryan. They want to hear from Luke Harper, and I was like, oh shit, I want to hear from Luke Harper too.
Eric Rowan.
Oh Jesus Christ, I swear we're professionals on this show.
But
I swear to God.
So he says that to him, and Luke.
Once the crowd start chanting.
Well,
hold on. We'll get there. You understand?
Eric Rowan's like, hard, and then they're like, yeah, let's hear from you. Like, you're always playing second fiddle. You're with Bray Wyatt one moment, you're with Luke Harper the next, you're with Daniel Bryan now. We're like, who is your daddy?
We just want to know who's your daddy, man. Crowd gets in on it, dude. The crowd at that point ate it up, bro. At that point, the crowd, myself, were like, okay. We're witnessing some gold here. Daniel Bryan goes on, calls him a joke. The only bigger joke than them is Heavy Machinery. Bam. Perfect introduction. Tucker comes out with Otis, of course. Tucker talks really good. Talks very clear. I think his only issue is that he's kind of bland, but he held his own very well. I will give him that. He held his own. And then Otis is a damn star, bro. Oh my God. Like, I don't know what I would do with Otis to make him bigger, but y'all need to do something, because Otis goes out there and he shines like crazy, even when he was stealing the New Day's catchphrases, talking about how they're going to be the new WWE SmackDown championships. I'm not doing it. You go ahead. World Tag Team Champions. Oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. I loved it. They cut over to like Big E and Xavier Woods, and like, no, bro, stop.
No, doing the cutthroat sign.
It was so good, man. Oh my God, dude. I need more of Otis, bro. Otis is awesome. Benji,
everybody shined in this match.
Huh?
Everybody's shined in this match.
Otis especially shined though, and not just because he picks up the victory, but Otis, man, he shined like crazy. But you're right, everybody did.
So he had them both with a stalled suplex. One man holding two. That was ridiculous.
It's one thing to see, one man do the double suplex to two opponents, but to hold them upright together, you don't see that, man. We got a triple threat match between Otis, Xavier Woods, and Daniel Bryan. This is me. Like, so we're supposed to recap the show, like, like we, not necessarily like we believe it, but like for what it presents. But I have got to take a moment to appreciate Daniel Bryan, in my eyes, is one of the best wrestlers to ever live, because you can stick him anywhere in the card, and he knows how to make other wrestlers shine and not steal the spotlight like other wrestlers would. So when you take the lineup of Xavier Woods, Otis, and Daniel Bryan's the obvious standout. He removes himself from the match enough to play into his heel character to let Otis and Xavier Woods kind of wear each other out. But then he comes in there and he does spots to let other men shine. He came in there after exiting the ring for a minute to try and help Xavier Woods do a double suplex to Otis just to take part in that reversal, you know?
Uh-huh.
And then not only that was afterwards you get Xavier Woods giving a military press like gut buster to Daniel Bryan. Like, come on, dude. Like, he made both Xavier Woods and Otis look even better than, you know, and me and Rob have touched on this. You know, nobody does
Somebody dropped a tweet before, and like you just made me think of it. And I believe the exact words of the tweet was, Daniel Bryan is the only person in history that can put you over by calling you a bitch.
Dude, he's...
I'm like that's so fucking valid. It's not even funny.
He is so selfless, and not in the way that you would say like Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler was... Everyone would say Dolph Ziggler knows how to put you over because he can sell like crazy. Like, no, like, Daniel Bryan just knows how to mold with everybody to make everything look good. Like, it's going to go down at the end of the day. 10 years from now, when people are discussing, like, you know, carrying on the conversation of, like, who's the best wrestler to ever live, Daniel Bryan's going to be in the conversation.
Daniel Bryan's going to be on that list. He really is. On my outside looking in, I keep bringing it up, my outside looking in, I knew what was up with Daniel Bryan. The few times I watched pay-per-views, Rumbles, whatever, and he did the yes thing, I literally stood on my couch and I said yes. Yes, I absolutely loved Daniel Bryan and everything he represented. And then I was out of the loop and blah, 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 and I came back in, and again I'm bringing up my buddy Wally, and I said, wait a second, what happened to Daniel Bryan? He told me he turned heel, my heart broke. My heart literally broke. I'm like, no. Are you serious? Now, sitting here right now, I see, like, we're sitting here talking about he's one of the best heels ever. But my heart broke when I said, oh, no more yes? And he's like, he's a no, man. It's a no movement. And my heart broke, man. Like, I'm like, no! That's the best thing that ever happened in wrestling. Yes! Yes! You got 40,000 people saying yes! Yes! And you're going to kill that. But now I see why. It's amazing. It really is.
He knows how to elevate everything around him without stealing the spotlight. That's the thing,
He
man.
shares it. He embraces it, dude. And he shares it.
Yeah, man. I can't get over it, man. Like, Daniel Bryan really is just... He fits every role. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, Benji, do you got any takes on this, man? Like, can you verify any of this? Benji?
Well, you cut out. I didn't hear anything you said.
Can you verify that Daniel Bryan is just... He works great no matter where you put him. You know?
It's man, not a lot of wrestlers come around like that. You have to go back to Eddie Guerrero, The Rock, Shawn Michaels. Like those wrestlers like that come very few often. That you can put them anywhere from the main card to the first match to. They used to say you could have them wrestle a broom and it'll still be the best match of the show.
Damn right, absolutely, yeah. No, Daniel Bryan is a gem, and anybody who's listening to this, y'all need to appreciate him. Like, he makes the product better, no matter where you put him.
And like, I hate to say it, but like, I feel like that injury with his career almost being over and then getting another chance, he's run with it all the way, and he's just, man.
He is taking, he is living it up.
Right.
He knows.
It could be over at any second.
And so he's
already felt
the most of it. And I love that at first, I know we're getting a little off track here and we're just getting on this like Daniel Bryan like hype train, but I love that the first sentiment was like, we're going to recreate WrestleMania 30, the feel good moment of him, you know, overcoming the odds. And then it just flipped on its head. They gave him the belt early before another WrestleMania. They turned him heel because you're not gonna recreate that moment or outdo that feel good moment. And so you got to show your talent, like where you're good everywhere else. And honestly, like it's I don't know, man. It's just great. Like it's anytime that he's on the TV, like it's not that I so much notice him. It's just the segments he's in, they all feel important, no matter what. And and he's always the common factor.
It just goes to that old saying that like if you believe what you're doing, people are gonna believe it. This guy full-heartedly believes in what he's doing with the tag team, with the belts, everything he's saying, he believes it to the T, and people buy in. That's the only way people are ever gonna buy in. And a lot of times, unfortunately, you see guys go down the card, whatever, and then they start complaining on Twitter, or they'll start just bitching about it instead of just, doing what Daniel Bryan is. And it's not the same for everybody, but yeah, this guy is definitely, he has ran with it 100%.
Take anything you give him, man, and he'll turn it to gold. And that is such a testament to his character. And I think that's really all I'm trying to come across, is no matter what role or anything you put him in, he's going to turn it to gold.
You know the saying, you can't polish a turd? Daniel Bryan could polish a turd.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. We do got to move on. It is getting late, but...
No. That was our long segment. Anyways, the triple threat match goes really well. Like I said, Otis is the one who really stands out in the match, hitting that delayed double suplex on Bryan and Woods. Later on in the match, Xavier Woods, once again, he hits that military press on Bryan into a gut buster. Ultimately, though, Otis picks up the victory after getting, I don't know what the name of his singles finisher move, it just was like a toss-up slam. Do you guys have any idea on that? It was like a toss-up, like power slam on Xavier Woods, and Otis got the victory in the triple threat match.
Kind of like a jackhammer, I guess. Maybe.
Kinda, yeah. It was cool though. Like I said, Otis looked like a freaking star though in this match. He stole the show, man. He stole the show. After the match, we got Ember Moon is confronted by Fire and Desire, and essentially they're complaining that she feels like she's entitled to a title shot or whatever. It ultimately culminates with them challenging Ember Moon to a tag team match if she can find a tag partner. Hot takes, man. Who do you guys think is going to be Ember Moon's tag team partner? Taking on Mandy Rose. Shane McMahon. Fuck, I agree with you.
No, you know what? If it'll only be worth it if it's Liv Morgan.
Yeah, because she's been gone for a while.
She hasn't come out once since they broke up
No.
with Riot Squad. It's got to be her.
Rob, you there?
I'm gonna go Liv Morgan.
Yeah, I'm here.
Come on, man. Just throw out your guess.
Liv Morgan, man.
Liv Morgan?
Like, it makes sense.
I'm going to say Ruby Riott.
It makes perfect sense.
Just because I don't want to take too much time to think on it.
I thought she was injured. She's.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm just throwing a name out there.
It shows how much this guy pays attention.
She had a shoulder, I think, surgery. That's why she's been out.
She's in tip-top form, man. She healed up, man. She's coming out next week with Ember Moon.
She healed up. She's going to be Ember's partner. Okay?
I'm all Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott's amazing.
Yeah, she is.
But then we get I think the Ali promo.
Ali pre-tape promo where he says that he proclaims that when he sees evil, he runs towards it. And I love it, man. I love the guy. He's a little inconsistent though, because I've seen this other pre-tape promo where he definitely saw evil and he just stood by. He just watched it take place.
Well, that's it's like what do you call it? A visual story of when he started. He would just see evil pass by. He wouldn't do anything about it.
And
as he's progressing, bro. Right? As he's progressing, he's like, "No, we can't just stand by and watch all these things happen. We have to do something about it."
You're just hyping him up because y'all are from Chicago.
Of course, I'm a hype up my Chicago.
Like that's all.
Of course.
Of course. Rob, what's your hot take, man? How you feeling about these Ali? Because we're not seeing him too much in the ring, but we're seeing a hell of a lot of well-produced pre-tape promos. What's your take on this guy?
I'll be surely honest with you. I haven't even watched one. I see the promo come on. I go to Twitter.
Bitch, why do I ask you?
I'm not big on these promos, man. Just like the Aleister Black promos when they started, I'm not big on them. I don't care. Go fight the guy. I don't
just
care.
go fight. Don't have a match.
this is a good time to bring up again why I am still happy with the product.
Because you don't watch
great
this
example.
shit.
Great example, guys. I played Destiny the game, okay? I've played Destiny the game since 2014, and I'm still hooked on Destiny the game. A lot of people ask me my opinions on lore on Destiny the game. I couldn't tell you. I don't give a shit. I don't care what the lore is. Give me bad guys to shoot and guns to chase. Boom, I'm done. I'm a happy camper.
God,
Same thing with WWE. I don't
awesome,
care about
Rob,
the
dude.
stories that much. I really don't. That's why I was the one running around saying, fuck Bray Wyatt and Aleister Black. Make that the thing. Everybody's like, oh, well, neither of them can eat a loss. I don't care. I want to see the two fight each other. I don't look at who lost, who won, who's going to lose down the road. I don't care.
Speaking of Aleister Black, next up.
Is that next?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my, here's my rant. I've been waiting for it. Vince, you
Hold on. Let me get through the segment. Go.
Let me get through the
segment.
Let me get it.
We get a side-by-side, satellite-style interview between Aleister Black and Tom Phillips, although Tom Phillips only asks, like, one question. Tom Phillips announces that Aleister Black's opponent does not want to be identified at this time. This would have made sense had the interview not gone the way it did. Aleister Black is left to cut a promo on an empty chair. Like, that's on screen. I'm sorry. It's so silly thinking about it. Because Aleister Black went in on that chair, bro. He went in, man. While he...
Fuck you, chair.
While he was going off on mystery opponent.
Fight with that chair.
Oh my god, he was gonna fight that damn chair.
He just wants to fight, yo. Let's go.
I'm sorry. Oh my god. While he's going off on the chair, the mystery opponent comes into frame. We see the lower half of their body. They're all decked out in white. I actually aesthetically, before we dive into who the opponent is, I loved the aesthetics of everything. Aleister Black was decked out in black. The opponent decked out in white. I kind of liked it. It's simple, but I liked it. Mystery opponent comes into frame, walks around the chair. They end up sitting down. We get a slow pan up to them. It ends up being Cesaro. Now, like I said, I liked the imagery. I liked the idea of the match that they can have. However, it's fucking underwhelming, man. Like, Rob, go ahead, Rob.
So much valid. And this timing of, like, I didn't, like, guys, I honestly didn't realize this was next in the segment. I don't care about story. I really don't. However, this Aleister Black, Bray Wyatt thing caught me in the story. What's going on with these guys? What are they doing? You built Aleister Black and Bray Wyatt. You built it. You had one guy over here saying, hey, guys, I'm bored. Then you had Bray Wyatt in the Firefly Funhouse saying, party at my house. And then you had Aleister Black saying, somebody needs to knock on my freaking door. And then you got Bray Wyatt saying, hey, let me in. And then you got Aleister Black, somebody knocks on his door, and then we don't have Firefly Funhouse no more because Bray Wyatt's not home anymore.
Rob and I,
he's knocking on Aleister Black's door.
Shit so good, man.
Months ago.
What if that stage is the only thing that separated Bray Wyatt and Aleister Black? They were sitting on opposite sides of Bray Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse stage, man.
Man.
Come on, dude. Like, it was so good.
And then you got all the puppets all over the stage, all over the arenas. And then, like you just said, Cesaro is underwhelming. Why is Cesaro underwhelming? Because you built Bray Wyatt. You made it look like these two were going to fight each other. Now, I've been saying this on Twitter for months. People are like, oh, they can't fight each other because one can't take a loss. That's valid. I agree. Okay, I'm not into the whole win-loss thing, but okay, I agree with you guys. That's cool. But they built it. They built it to happen, and it didn't. Now you got Cesaro. Who's Bray Wyatt gonna fight? Some under. I mean, it's gonna be Randy Orton. I love Randy Orton, but I won't when it's not Aleister Black.
I thought it was gonna be Randy. Like, truly, I thought it was gonna be Randy. Benji, what was your take on the reveal, man?
I'm I don't know if I can follow all that, but wow, that was a lot. was a lot. But you know what? I'm all for it. I'm all for this match. This match is gonna steal the fucking show.
I'm all for the match as far as a match goes. For
Valid, but-
storytelling, it let me down.
You know,
man.
most likely, seeing how this is WWE, it's going to be an amazing match, and it's going to end up with a crappy ending because Bray Wyatt's going to interfere, and then they're going to start their feud with.
Fuck, I hope so, dude. Just, I do. So let me ask you guys now. Because I think we might already be on that point. Is the feud to have Aleister Black and Bray Wyatt?
People have said, wait till SummerSlam, wait till WrestleMania, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I already ranted this, but I'm going to do it again.
Who's the big feud for these guys? It has to be each other, right?
Each other. You built it wrong. That's all there is to it. People are like, oh, wait till this WrestleMania. Okay, so build it at WrestleMania. Don't build it now, and then give me Cesaro. What are you doing?
What about you, Benji, man?
Me personally, I would have had Cesaro go against Bray Wyatt and have Buddy Murphy fight Aleister Black.
But I'm talking like, who's the big story feud in the future? Like, I'm not talking like initial matches, because you get an initial match out of the way, just like Braun Strowman had umpteen squash matches before he had a big feud with Roman Reigns, you know. But from a storytelling perspective, these guys feel like they're circling the drain with each other, like they have to intersect.
It seems like it's one of those things they're keeping them away from each other just enough, you know. They'll tease it here and there, and as we get to the
Just
bigger,
to spite me.
Just to spite Rob.
all writing is just to spite me.
When it happens, the entire wrestling world will be like, yeah! And I'll be like, fuck you guys, this should have happened already.
You know what? The wrestling Twitter was able to get Baron Corbin to unblock Rob. Now they need to join together to get Rob's dream match made.
No, that's the thing. You ruined it. There's no, it's done.
Yeah,
it's over
no,
with.
this SmackDown
You gave me
show
Cesaro.
started.
You can't fix it. You can even do, hey guys, we got a surprise Wednesday night SmackDown, and it's solely to be like, Rob, we're sorry. Here's why. I'm like, nope.
Dude, I wish like Rob, touching back on our fantasy booking from last week, I really wish they could do something with how Aleister Black was freaking out, saying someone knock on my door, and then we see an episode of Firefly Funhouse looking completely unrelated, and we see Bray Wyatt knocks on the door, but not related, like he's trying to find out who's on the other side, just blend it into somehow the segment. Or maybe he knocks he's like trying to show off like sounds to like children, you know, like a train makes this sound. Birds make this sound.
Oh, man,
when you
that's
knock
so
on
great.
wood, it makes this sound, and then you connect them together, and it's literally
no.
just the Firefly Funhouse stage separates Aleister Black and Bray Wyatt.
No,
That
but
would
no,
have been the
instead,
best
you know what you
thing
get?
in the world, man.
You know what you get instead? No more Firefly Funhouse with no explanation whatsoever.
Well,
That's what you get.
That is just for the dramatic reveal of Bray. I agree with what they're doing there. I agree with taking Bray off TV for a couple weeks just so they can get the reveal. Which, hey, do you guys think it's going to be Extreme Rules? Are we going to get Bray Wyatt finally?
I'm telling you, he's going to interfere in this match.
It makes me sad that I don't care no more.
What?
I don't care anymore. It wasn't Aleister Black, so I don't care. I really don't.
To be fair, he did say he was super fickle.
He's very fickle.
Valid. That's valid. At least I admit it.
Someone else who looks fickle when you ask him questions, Shelton Benjamin. Let's figure a way to get him on this show. He's continuing the gimmick of making weird faces when people ask him questions and not talking. What the hell is this for? Like, what is this? Do you guys have any idea? Because I'm at a loss. You got to have some plan, right? Like, there's some plan.
It's a reach, but somebody on Twitter did mention to me that what if, because this is twice now, and both times he's been asked questions about the title.
Yeah.
What if he's under Heyman's wing, and he knows when Brock is going to cash? So he's just like, ha, ha.
That's a new take.
I mean, it's a reach, But it's a possibility. I mean, do you think Joe is gonna win the title? Who cares? I know when Brock's gonna cash.
I heard he was
how
a
crazy.
disciple of Bray Wyatt, and that's why he's all
that very well could be.
deranged. That's why he looks all deranged now. What about you, Benji? Anything?
It could be.
Honestly, I have no idea where that was going. I have no idea. I'm just happy to see Shelton Benjamin on TV. I really don't know where it's going.
And they've given him something. You know, like, we don't know what it is, but they've given him something. Here we go, guys. Here's the hot take of the entire episode as far as wrestling news goes. Kofi Kingston backstage interviewing, or getting interviewed rather, hyping up his match against Samoa Joe at Extreme Rules. Nothing here, but the speculation is Kofi's injured. He was removed from a house show. What's going on, man? Like,
it's just as with any athlete, it's just breakdown after being on,
you think so?
Playing so many matches. Yeah, it's just weird.
I'm just sore, man. Give me a week off so I can get ready for a quality pay-per-view match.
Pretty much. I'd rather have that than have him go to a house show and get injured, as we've seen so many times.
It's a very optimistic take. I appreciate that.
You think it's more serious?
Well, no, I think Benji. I think Rob said Kofi's got like a broken back and Brock Lesnar is going to cash in on him.
You're right. Lesnar's not cashing in until WrestleMania. They're going to milk this all the way over
to WrestleMania.
They're going to milk WrestleMania. I would say SummerSlam, but no, they're going to milk it the whole entire year.
I think we lost Rob. Yeah, they fell asleep.
No. I'm listening. I was just waiting for the moment to talk, and this is it right here. I say Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble.
Pretty good.
He's going to cash a Royal Rumble because, hey, this guy won the Royal Rumble, blah, blah, blah. Oh, he's fighting X for the world title. No, he's not. He's fighting Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
That can happen.
I'm still waiting. Now, this is a little off subject. I'm still waiting for a really popular face to win the Money in the Bank and then announce their cash-in a year in advance for WrestleMania. Because that's, because, I mean, they did the same thing without Money in the Bank with John Cena and The Rock, where they announced their match a year in advance. They could do the same thing with the Money in the Bank. I don't know where I'm leading with this, but it just reminded me of that. And I'm waiting for somebody to do that.
No, I'm not a fan of that. No, don't announce it. The point of the Money in the Bank is it's surprise factor.
Yeah, I guess so. I get that.
Like when we were talking about Money in the Bank and you asked me, is anybody going to cash in that night? And again, I bring it up. I'm the new guy. I'm not really the new guy anymore. But at the time I was like, no, I don't want to see a cash in. I want to see both of them get it and hold it for a year and anticipate. But
Me
then
too.
when
Absolutely.
Bayley cashed in, surprisingly, I popped. I'm like, yes, this is amazing because it was a surprise. I didn't want it at first, but then I seen the surprise happen and I was all about it. I know no Money in the Bank announcements at all. Definitely surprise factor.
Speaking of stuff that we don't want, we have a main event between Dolph Ziggler and Roman Reigns with Shane McMahon.
Jesus Christ.
I'm all about Shane McMahon on my TV.
I think that was my best segue yet, man. I'm trying.
This main event. What do you guys think?
This main event literally was saved by the last 25 seconds.
This main event was trash.
So yeah, this was hard, man. This was difficult. The person I feel for most here is Roman Reigns because ever since I guess we'll be blunt with it, the whole cancer thing with Roman, I've been wanting to be a Roman fan. I felt guilty for booing him because of the way he was used creatively. I've felt bad. And I really want to be a Roman fan. I believe there's a lot of talent with him, and I want to be intrigued with whatever he's doing. I really do. I'm making a conscious effort. But when you stick him in there with Dolph Ziggler, Shane McMahon, with Drew McIntyre and Elias as lackeys to Shane McMahon, it's how the fuck could you be a fan? Like, how could you even be interested? This is like the worst main event you can offer to a go home show. Like, what is this? It's not hyping shit, dude. And
Nope.
it's not.
Tell them how you really feel.
No, it's not, man. The match was serviceable, but it was fucking difficult to watch. Okay.
Now
Till
that I
the
think
end.
about it, is Dolph fighting anybody Sunday?
No.
Is he?
No, he's
Why?
just there to fucking play a lackey. Jesus Christ.
So you got Raw, a guy in the match doesn't make sense that has nothing to do with Sunday. SmackDown, you got a guy in the main event that has nothing to do with Sunday and doesn't make sense.
Yes.
What are they doing?
Look, I don't know
Let's
what
go
they're
home,
doing.
guys. Reel them in.
I don't know what they're doing
their
with Dolph,
$10 a
man.
month.
I don't know what they're doing with Dolph. Hey, any of our listeners, all 4 or 5 of you, if you can tell me,
Shit.
like, a reasonable story why Dolph is involved in anything. I don't even hate Dolph. Like, I want to like Dolph, but unfortunately, he suffers from, like, years and years of just bland booking to the point where you can't make the guy exciting no more. And he drags everyone down with him. And you combine that with Shane McMahon and Roman Reigns, who's got that stigma. It's a fucking black hole of a main event.
And the fact that Kevin Owens buried him last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
He can't do that. It should have been me thing no more. You're done. No, you can't do that no more.
It's like, seriously, someone said backstage, like, how do you make the most bland, uninteresting main event to a go-home fucking SmackDown? And they were like, oh, I know how. And that was it. That was exactly fucking it, man. Anyways, the match picks up for, like, the last 60 seconds. During the match, when Roman's getting the upper hand, Elias jumps up onto the ring apron. Roman fends him off, allowing Dolph Ziggler to hit the zigzag. Roman kicks out after a long 2 count. Dolph gets ready for a super kick. Roman rushes in with the Superman punch. A lot of super in that name. But as Roman's gearing up for the spear, Drew pulls Ziggler out of the ring. Roman does his over-the-top rope plancha onto the outside. While they're out there, Ziggler delivers that super kick to Roman. Shane, for whatever fucking reason, enters the ring to express, like, I don't know what's going on. And in the most delivered... Look, I'm not going to shit on this because at least you guys tried. Kevin Owens comes back to the ring out of nowhere. Shocker, delivers a Stone Cold Stunner to Shane McMahon. Roman gets back in there, fends off Ziggler one more time of the zigzag, hits the spear for the win. That's your fucking main event, dude. I
do want to say that Kevin Owens spot triggered a tweet. I said, a McMahon taking a stunner. What is this, 1999? Just saying.
Nice.
I was able to watch the entire show. Like, I was able to watch all of SmackDown. The second that main event hit, I did not give a damn, dude. I was playing, like, fucking games on my phone, dude. I was talking to you guys on Twitter. I could not bring myself to watch it. And it's because you brought together the most uninteresting combination. It was like a vortex of just, like, black hole sucking attention between Dolph Ziggler, Shane McMahon. And I feel bad for including Drew McIntyre and Elias because they're fucking intriguing, but when you're using them as lackeys to Shane McMahon, it just adds to it. And then poor goddamn cancer surviving Roman Reigns in the fucking main event. This guy's supposed to be cheered. And oh my god, you guys are fucking retarded, WWE. This was the worst main event of SmackDown.
On the plus side, we've been talking our last few shows about how you and I got events coming up in a month and a half, and Kofi Dolph was advertised as the main event. It looks like that's changed, at least.
Thank fucking God, dude.
Just saying.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Look, man. Like, I try to be a positive person like Mr. Rob Roode over here. I do.
Yes.
I do.
But sometimes you just can't do it.
No.
I mean, Dolph Ziggler, Roman Reigns making absolutely no sense at a go-home show. How are you supposed to...
Dude, it's just get... And this brings me to my bigger point, you guys. This brings me to the talking point after the show when we normally have questions from the fans, but I reserved it for you two to talk about and kind of go home, because this was the end of our episode of SmackDown. Why is Shane getting this huge push in 2019?
WWE is pushing its young talent, and it's good to see Shane McMahon in his rookie year prosper, and it's good to see them push someone so good into the main event.
Thank you, Benji.
My answer is Vince McMahon looks at his son and says, "It's such good shit. It's such good shit."
Oh my god!
And he puts him out there. That's my answer.
So
No.
I'll try to apply a little bit of logic, and I'll let you guys bounce off it. Do you think it's because?
Fuck logic.
No. For real. Now that I got that fucking like shit off my chest, do y'all think Shane McMahon is obviously in the twilight years of his career, and a combination of nepotism and Shane used to be a draw. His dad is just doing him a solid and giving him a huge push before ultimately Shane is just done with being on WWE product. Because that's the only way I can justify it.
And then they're going to put him in the Hall of Fame, and we're going to get
my God, I didn't even think of that.
Footage is never going to end.
Oh my God, I didn't even think Shane's going in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
And they're going to milk it, and you're going to see his retirement thing, and he's going to come back for one more match, and it's just never going to end.
Oh, Shane's going to be
This guy-
50. Shane's going to be 50.
He's
Doing
going
his
to
Wrestling
wrestle the
Codes.
Undertaker when Undertaker's 90.
Oh my God. I mean, do y'all have like another reason? Like for real? Like I'm asking. Like
No, I really...
this. It's surreal. It's surreal how much Shane is on our TV.
It's probably a mix of what you just said. Vince is giving his son one final push. Look, son, you're going to be done soon. I'm going to be done soon. Let's have the McMahons show ourselves off.
Just
'Cause Stephanie's
one more
never
damn
around.
time.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but it could also be that Vince, see, if the crowd makes a reaction, Vince is like, sweet, I got a reaction. And that's it. That's part of his logic. Vince gets reaction. People boo Vince. Or Shane. People boo Shane. Boom, let's put Shane out there to get a reaction out of the crowd.
It's just
That could also be a thing.
It's surreal,
He
man.
just needs to go home and be a family man. Just go. Get out of here. Be with your kids. Be
You're
with your wife.
raising Vince's 3 grand boys. You know, it's actually I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of crazy that Shane had 3 boys and then Stephanie had 3 girls.
And they're all going to
Wow.
grow up, and they're going to take over the business, and it's never going to fucking
It's
end.
never
And
gonna
in 30 years, we're going to be like,
Dude,
them damn
McMahon is
McMahons
going
all
to
over
be
my
tied
TV.
to wrestling for fucking hundreds of years. Oh my God. I mean, really, I think that's it for our show. You guys, really quick, we are doing a giveaway. We got some wrestling cards on here, an unopened pack.
Oh, what you got? What you got?
I have here, we announced it on Raw, but just in case you missed it, which I would advise you go back and watch it, because Rob Roode and Benji have an insane, racy moment.
It was full PG. I don't know what you're talking
No,
about.
we'll leave it at that. Anyways, we're doing a little bit of a giveaway here, you guys.
Giveaway.
I got a pack here of Topps wrestling cards. You have a chance to get the 40th anniversary Intercontinental Championship autograph card
What?
in this pack.
Whoa.
All you have to do
What do you got?
is go on to Twitter,
Twitter?
tweet out something to the extent of listen to at SmackDrawPod. Make sure you at the podcast Twitter name. Listen to at SmackDrawPod. At SmackDrawPod is the best podcast I've ever listened to. You get the point. Create a crazy hashtag if you want to. But either way,
That's all you got to do?
that's all you gotta do, man. And then at the end of the
What?
week, between myself, Rob, and Benji, we will come up with a random winner, and we'll go ahead and send you out your free Road
Free.
2019 free Road to
Free.
WrestleMania cards, man. I'm excited, dude. This is actually as stupid as our podcast is actually kind of fun. I can't wait to do it. Like, I'm sorry, like, but yeah, man. Just like I said, hop on Twitter, man. Just throw out the tweet. Listen to @SmackDrawPod, and we'll go ahead and try and send you out some free wrestling merch.
Super easy. You got a 1 in 2 chance to win.
Oh
50%.
I bet you Rob uses
Last
one of his.
episode.
I bet you
last
Rob uses
episode
one of
was-
his other Twitter accounts to get into this contest.
Last episode it was 1 in 4, so apparently our shenanigans.
We lost half of our followers. You guys, that was our show. Listen, man, we complained a lot during the main event. SmackDown was a lot of fun. Can't wait to see Aleister Black's match with Cesaro.
I can.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen with the SmackDown Women's Championship match between Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss, and, of course, your champ, Bayley. It's going to be good times, you guys. And will Brock Lesnar cash in? I don't know, man. I don't know. Probably not.
Nope.
Probably not.
Nope.
Probably not.
Nope.
Thank you guys for listening in. Y'all have a great time. Make sure to tune in Thursday when Benji and I cover NXT and 205 Live. Y'all have a wonderful night.
Baby.
Peace out.